And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on a Wednesday. You know what that means? We are Chick-Fil-A, the crossings in North Johnson City. Again on this Wednesday. Again, the 28th day of February 2018. We're glad to have you with us here again. A rainy day, kind of a cool day, but hey, no snow, no ice, no whatever. No winter storm warnings, no sleet, none of that, just rain. And so we can live with that. Some heavy rain's coming as we're here broadcasting live again on show number 698. Woohoo! We got 700 coming up on Friday at Food City. We'll be at Food City in Churchill for the big one-day sale. So we're looking forward to being there and having a big time. Again, hanging out with our big buddy Jason Horton. I say big in the literal sense. Horton is 7 foot tall, and I'm not making it up. He's a 7-footer, and so we'll be with him on Friday. Tomorrow will be at Champion Chevrolet. We're here, of course, at Chick-fil-A today, hanging out. We got a full show. Got a cool show today. I love it. Every day's a cool show. This is even more cool. We're going to talk to some state champions coming up here in just a little while from Tri-Cities Christian Schools. And so can't wait to get Coach David Blythe in here. We've also are going to be scheduled to be joined by Caleb and Aaron Rose, Brandon Bullock, Willie Shin, the tournament MVP, Isaac Hatfield, and Drew Correll. We'll see how he pronounces his last name. But these guys went down and won the state championship last weekend, again in Middle Tennessee, winning the Christian State Championship. I'll let them give you the exact title of the state championship. All I know is they're state champs and bringing the trophy, and that's a cool thing. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly tell you that. And so today, our verse of the day is out of the book of Isaiah 49:16 says, I will never leave you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I have engraved you on the palm of my hands. How about that? That man went up and the King of Kings and hung on the cross for you and I, your name. It says, I have engraved you on the palm of my hands. Lousy mercy. I will never leave you nor forsake you, which means I'll never turn my back on you. I've engraved you in the palm of my hands. I died for you. That is the verse of the day out of the book of Isaiah 49:16. How can you go anywhere but up after reading that? Goodness gracious. Lousy mercy. Thank you for being with us. I cannot thank you enough for being with us on the show. Every day we have over 1,000 followers now, which is very special to me. It may not mean a thing to you. Of course, you'd love to have 25,000 followers, but we have 1,000 and some, and it keeps growing by the day, and that's all I can ask for. This is the Lord's show. It's going to go as far as he wants it to go. And so, again, we're on show number 698 and over 1,000 followers. So that's pretty important to me for an old country boy from West Virginia who started from literal ground zero. Started, flipped the switch, and just started in day one with the show, and here we are. And so I feel like it goes pretty good, and I appreciate you watching and certainly liking and sharing the show wherever you may be. So it means a lot to me, and sometimes I don't think I tell you enough how much you mean to me and how important this show for me to put it out to you is, and I can't thank you enough. Now, last night went and saw a kid put on a show. Trevor Hensley, Unicoi County, 32 points last night as he and his teammates, the Elizabethton Cyclones, will play Granger coming up tomorrow night of the regional championship. So I went down and watched that one, and I thought, okay, money players show up in money games. Tell you, he reminded, hello, Abby. How you doing, young lady? One of the nicest. Sit down right here and let them see this smile. Would you please? Let me move my stuff here. I want you to see. Let me switch the camera. If you've ever seen a lady that loves the Lord, and look at this face right here. Let me get this camera. Look up in that camera. Look at that face. I'm telling you, she glows. So, how you doing? Everything good?
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah? Here, put your headsets on real quick. We're going. If Danny gets mad at you or anybody gets mad at you, I'll just thump them because I want to. Yes, pull that microphone down a little bit. There you go. This young lady is awesome. Abby, what's your last name? Palmater. There you go. And so we're getting ready to gear up here, and what an old cold, kind of cool rainy day. If you came in to eat yourself, what would you recommend somebody out there to get from Chick-fil-A today?
I would say probably soup since it is a little bit chillier. So my favorite is the chicken tortilla soup, but the chicken noodle is also good. So I would definitely recommend that.
Either one.
It's chili, yeah.
The chicken tortilla's got a little kick to it, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
A little
which
spice.
is what I like.
And then the regular chicken noodle soup too.
Yeah.
And then what kind of chicken would you have?
I like the grilled grilled chicken the best.
Grilled chicken.
So
There you go.
I think it goes well with soup. So.
Yeah. Anyway, she came by here, and I want to get her on because I think she is the neatest lady in the world. She's a cool lady, and we really appreciate her and what she does. How long have you been working at Chick-Fil-A?
About almost close to 3 years.
3 years. There you go. And where do you go to church?
Tri-Cities Baptist.
Tri-Cities Baptist Church, yep. Now, don't you go on mission trips? Have you been on some mission
Yes,
trips? Tell us about your mission trip experience.
Yeah, so last summer I spent 6 weeks in Indonesia. So just working with people who live there and meeting people and sharing the gospel, and it's been really great.
I think it's too cool.
Contact, yeah.
Too cool. All right, I know you can get back to work.
Yes.
I just wanted you to let everybody see just one of the smiling faces at Chick-fil-A, our little buddy Abby, who does a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, she's neat. I appreciate her very much. She's a sweetie. And so she's like, you're going to put me on? Absolutely going to put you on. Now, where was I before she walked by? Trevor Hensley. Money players have money games. And so for my 50 cents last night, I'll tell you who I thought of when I watched Trevor Hensley play that game last night for the Unicoi County Blue Devils. I thought I was watching 33 from the Boston Celtics, what I thought. This guy, whatever they threw at him, and Lucas Honeycutt had a heck of a game plan. I mean, Elizabeth and, they played him close 3 times. In fact, twice they led for the biggest part of the ball game. So you thought last night was going to be one of those same games. It was not, because the money man took over. Big players show up in big games, and Trevor Hensley showed up last night, 22 in the first half, 32 all told. And so he and his teammates, Unicoi County, move on to take on Granger. In the AAA, you got Dobbins, Minard, and Science Hill. Woo, what a barn burner. We'll be talking about those coming up here in a few minutes. And also, Sullivan North goes to their first sectional ever in the history of the school. Congratulations to Travis Kane, the coach of the Sullivan North Golden Raiders. So all that in boys basketball tonight. Danny Birchfield's Daniel Boone Lady Trailblazers. He is revved up and ready to go, as he should be. Travis Maines and the Lady Blazers taking on the Lady Patriots of Jefferson County for the sectional championship tonight down at Jeff County. So we'll run down all those for you coming up. Also, Greg Salyer is going to be with us talking Major League Baseball. Can't wait. Also, Joe Vento is going to be in talking about the Bucks. Great article today in the Johnson City and the Kingsport paper about how you and I and we collectively need to be at the U.S. Cellular Center in Asheville, North Carolina this weekend for Buck basketball. Got to be there. And so he'll talk about that, give us a preview of the Bucks and the Lady Buck tournaments. The Lady Bucks start tomorrow. The gentlemen play on Saturday. Also coming up later on the show, we're going to be joined by Caleb Sparks. Caleb's going to join us from Sprint, our fantastic sponsor, one of our great sponsors here on the show. So all that straight ahead. And again, Greg Salyer. Also coming up next again, and they're here. The Tri-Cities Christian School Eagles are in the house with Coach David Blythe, who won the state championship. I think they brought the trophy. That's awesome. So we're going to get him in here in just a second. So we're very excited about this. So we get a chance to interview state champions. So I'm all about that. So we'll take a break. We'll come in here and we'll get ready to visit with Aaron and Caleb Rose, Brandon Bullock, Willie Shin, Drew Carroll, Isaac Hatfield, the tournament MVP, and, of course, the head coach, David Blythe. So the Eagles, state champions, we're going to visit with them coming up next year as we're live. As we said, we're at Chick-fil-A The Crossings in North Johnson City, show number 698 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. No, I'm not David Blythe. Let's get him on because he is the champion coach of the Tri-Cities Eagles. Of course, the Golden Eagles. Do we still go Golden Eagles or the Eagles?
Eagles.
Eagles, all right. I know at one point it was the Golden Eagles. We're just the Eagles, and I know you're state champs. Let's get, boom, there he is. Up on the screen, David Blythe, again, the head coach of the Tri-Cities Christian boys basketball team, which are state champions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I've got the trophy here, and we're going to let him show that. In fact, go ahead and pick it up and flash it. Check this puppy out. Now, you're talking about something nice. Look how big that thing is. That's almost like an actual basketball, so it is awesome. So, again, tell me how this thing came about. Talk about the regular season first, would you please?
Well, the regular season, we were competitive against everybody. We started playing a heavy public school schedule and have been for several years now, and we've been able to elevate our program such that we can compete just about with everybody, just about every night. And it's helped us a lot in the conference when we get into our conference schedule that it's raised the level of our competition and allowed us to be a more dominating force in our conference.
Yeah, and so you look at your league. Tell me some of the teams. Familiarize us with some of the guys or some of the teams other than the conference.
That are in the conference. There's Temple Powell out of Knoxville, and there's Green Christian out of Chattanooga that we play. And the only local team that's in our conference is Cedar View Christian, which some of you have probably heard of. But most of it's out of town, and so we get as much in-town competition as we can get to get us ready for those games.
So I'm David Blythe again, the coach. So you do your regular season. You head down to the state tournament. Where'd you play that at?
That's in Springfield, Tennessee. It's north of Nashville. And we ended up the season 8-0 in the conference, which gave us the first round bye, which allowed us to relax on Thursday and travel down, and while the other teams were playing. And on Thursday was the 4-5 matchup, which we were going to get the winner of. And it was an upset. The team that we should have been playing got upset on Thursday night. which was a confidence booster for us. I think the team that we should have been playing, we only beat by 3 in the regular season. They were a good team, and so it gave us a different matchup against a team we'd not seen before. When we got down to the first round, our first round state tournament.
Yeah, so they didn't know you, and you didn't know them. So
right.
It was kind of an interesting, it was like a heavyweight fight, kind of feeling each other out, right?
Yeah, and they were a big team. They were much bigger than us. They were a football school, and they were full of offensive linemen.
And they played like offensive linemen.
They played like offensive linemen,
yeah.
But we played with a lot of speed, and we pressed a lot of high-intensity defense. And on that Friday night game, we were able to cause 57 turnovers. And
57 turnovers?
57 turnovers we caused.
Holy smokes.
And couldn't hardly throw it in the ocean. But when you cause 57 turnovers,
you got a chance to win.
You got a chance to win.
Real good chance.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of somebody 57 turnovers in a game.
Well, they had all those offensive linemen. They didn't have many guards. and we were loaded with guards.
Yeah.
And so we pressed them everywhere and trapped everything we could. Yeah.
We want to say hello to Michael Cruz. Michael says a great job, Coach Black. You know Michael Cruz?
You know Michael Cruz.
Hello, Michael Cruz. Thank you.
He would be the Rose Brothers' uncle.
There you go. The Rose Brothers. They're going to be on in just a few minutes. Going to have all these guys on. Bradley Purdy watching out in Cleveland, Texas. Thank you for, yes, this is my show number 698. It is. Thank you, Bradley. Appreciate that. Jerry Keller, good morning. Thank you. Andy Thaxton up in West Virginia. Hello to you. So, got West Virginia and Texas watching, and wherever Michael Cruz is at. So, and of course, this show is archived. You can go back and watch this anytime you want to. So that's the benefit of having the show and doing what we do on both the internet and the website as well at TomTaylorSports.com on the website, and also, of course, on Facebook, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to Coach David Blythe. So I know this is a softball question, but what's it feel like to be a coach of a state championship team?
It's a little bit surreal. We've worked, when you put all the time in and the hours in and how much time you spend with the boys, you just want them to be successful, and you want to be there for them. And so I'm just glad we were able to do it for them, that we could get the boys some reward for all the hard work that they put in.
How many years have you been coaching Tri-Cities?
I've been coaching at Tri-Cities since probably 15 years, but I've been the head varsity coach for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So, got to ask you this. This is what I always like about a sporting event. As soon as they come off the field, they've won the Super Bowl or whatever they're doing, they say, can you repeat next year? So I'm going to ask you the same thing. How many horses are back to try and make a run for next year?
Well, we have a lot of pieces. We have a lot of pieces coming back. We have one starter, potentially another starter, our 6-man all coming back. And we have a lot of good players that didn't actually get to play many games this year. We certainly can repeat. We certainly have the pieces. We just got to put it back together.
So what do you do between now and next fall? Do you guys have a summer league? Do you let them go out and play travel ball? What do most of these guys do now?
Most of them will go play some travel ball with friends and maybe put together with parents. And then last week of May, we'll get together and start practicing and go away to team camp. And then we'll play summer league, typically at Science Hill High School. And we're full on from then. We do a lot of player development throughout the year. We're not, as typical public schools around here, they're blessed with a lot of kids to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And so we spend a lot of time doing player development, trying to get our kids up to play at that level. So I think the kids like it. They get to spend a lot of time. They get to really improve the basketball game.
And it starts with the Saturday morning league, right? It starts with the little guys.
It starts with the little guys in elementary and Saturday morning league, which is getting more competitive. They're playing in the Sullivan County League, and really just trying to raise the level of competition for a small school. Sometimes it's hard. You have to do it with the kids you got, and so that's been an outstanding thing for us.
This is awesome. Check it out again. This is the TA. There you go on the screen. The Tennessee
Athletic Association of Christian Schools.
That's why I asked you to do it. State basketball tournament, boys AA division champ, 2018. This thing is heavy. This thing is good. And there's the net. And man, this is like a Hoosiers,
Yeah.
with the net and the whole kit and caboodle. So making memories for these kids. These guys will never forget that. So, gosh, What an honor.
Yeah.
So, and I would think too, the fact that we're presenting this on the internet, that this would help bring awareness. Somebody may go, I may want to have my kid come out and play at Tri-Cities Christian School because they've won a state championship. So I would think this is would bring an awareness to the athletic program at TCCS. When you think?
Yeah, we've been getting 1 or 2 transfers a year that come in, and some of them help right off, and some of them will develop while they're there, and they all get an opportunity. There aren't any kids cut at our school. We don't have enough kids come out. We had 21 kids in the program this year. We split them up between JV and varsity as best we can, and they all get to play. So it's a good place to come and get an opportunity.
There you go. Coach David Black, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Awesome. Very, very cool. Again, the head coach of the state champion Tri-Cities Christian Eagles boys basketball team. All right, we're going to switch gears. Let some other guys get in here. I want to get in here coming up next. Isaac Hatfield, the tournament MVP, and also I want to get Isaac and Brandon Bullock will be our next two. We'll get them all on the screen. Let's get him in here. And Isaac, why don't you go first? You, Isaac? Come on in here and put these cans on, or headsets as we call them, and put them on. You got it? And let's go right here, and boom, there he is, Isaac Hatfield. We'll get Brandon Bullock coming up here in just a few minutes. So you are the tournament MVP.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Awesome. So tell me about it, how things went for Isaac Hatfield in this 2-game state tournament.
It was my 4th year at the state tournament for TAACS, and it was my 2nd time playing in the state championship game. I played my freshman year. This year was my 2nd year. We just really wanted to win this year. I think we knew going in that we had an excellent opportunity to win it because we hadn't lost to any of the teams in our conference, and so we went in confident, and we didn't want to leave without a ring. I know I didn't want to graduate without one. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Did not want to leave without a ring. I love it. So you got yourself a ring. Tell me what kind of numbers you put up to get the tournament MVP.
I know in the state championship game, I think I had 23 points and 10 rebounds. In the first game, I'm not sure. I think it was somewhere around 20 points, but no one really told me. But,
so you had a double-double in the state championship game.
That's right. Yes, sir.
My coach said you guys made those other guys commit 57 turnovers.
That's right. In the first game, yes.
Yeah, in the first, I can't even. I mean, I've played basketball since I can't comprehend a game where the team had 50. See, divided by 4 quarters. I mean, it's like every time they come up the floor, they had a turnover practically, right?
Yeah, that's what it felt like playing the game. You know? I don't think I've ever played in a game where that's happened either.
So what was the key to your team this year? Again, we're talking to Isaac Hatfield again on the screen. He is the tournament MVP. Brandon Bullock's going to join us coming up in a few minutes, as is Willie Shin and Drew Correll, and then Aaron and Caleb Rose. We get all these guys on. We're talking to the Tri-Cities Christian School State Championship boys basketball team. So what do you feel like the key was for you guys to win it this year?
We had a lot of great pieces on the team. I think that our speed and our guard play was one of the strongest aspects of our game. We just wanted to get the ball up in transition, try to get to the rim. If you don't score at the rim, kick it out for a three-pointer. That was mainly what our game revolved around, forcing turnovers and getting out in transition. I think that was our main key, I would say.
What year are you?
I'm a senior.
Seniors. What's in the works for you post high school?
I haven't decided yet. I've got a couple opportunities. I think to play college if I decide to do that, but I haven't made any decisions yet. So.
What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to major in?
I don't know yet.
Still undecided?
Still undecided.
I know people my age still haven't decided. That's okay. It's all right to go into college undecided. So that's awesome. Isaac Hatfield, the tournament MVP. Would you say hello, a young man out watching all the way out in Texas? Would you say hello to Bradley, please?
Hello, Bradley.
Hello, Bradley. Way out there in Cleveland, Texas, watches every day on the show. And so this is awesome. Last question. Tell me how your faith, working at Tri-Cities Christian School and playing at TC, says, how does your faith, how do you intertwine that with basketball?
By playing basketball and being in a team environment, I think being with guys on the team and the camaraderie with them, I think that strengthens your faith because I know all the guys on the team are very good influences on me, and just being with them and walking together in our faith is that's a big thing.
There you go.
So,
Very good. Here's some taters. Congratulations. I'm going to let you jump out of here and get Mr. Brandon Bullock in here again. That was Isaac Hatfield, the tournament MVP. Good job, my friend.
sir, thank you.
Yes, sir. Let me get Brandon Bullock in here, then we're going to line them up next. Coming up on deck, I'm going to get every one of them on here. You only get to win one state championship when you play it one at a time, so got to get them in here. So back on the screen. Let's see. Let's go back down to, boom, Brandon Bullock. How you doing, my friend?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Guy's got some pipes. How tall are you, Brandon Bullock?
6'4".
6'4". What year are you?
A junior.
Junior. You're back next year to repeat.
Yes, sir.
All right. So step me through the 2-game tournament for Brandon Bullock. How'd it go for you?
My main focus was to rebound the ball and get it to our guards because that was mainly our team this year, was guard oriented. And so I didn't really care about getting the ball these 2 games because I knew that if our guards got the ball and did what they do, then we'd win.
I know this is a softball question, but what did it feel like when that buzzer went off and you guys knew? What was the final score of the state championship game, by the way?
75-64.
So you knew pretty well you had them. So when the buzzer went off, you knew you'd already won. So what did it feel like to know you were going to come back to East Tennessee with the state championship trophy?
Just a bunch of adrenaline and excitedness.
Yeah. Now, do they trash talk in Christian school basketball? I know they do in secular. Is there a little talking going on a little bit, you think?
Well, I can say for myself, I do sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it depends who we're playing. Like if we're playing Temple, our rival, they'll do it sometimes. But it's always, there's still good sportsmanship during the game.
So when the calendar or the schedule comes out for the season, which one do you guys circle going, this is the team? It's like Duke, North Carolina. Who's your biggest rival?
Temple.
Temple. All right. Very good. Brandon Bullock. So what are you going to do this summer to improve your game?
Get in the gym as much as I can, lift some weights, just work on my shot and inside game.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. Brandon Bullock, again, member of the basketball team. Let's bring in Caleb and Aaron Rose, the Rose Boys, as we're here live again at Chick-Fil-A. This is Caleb Rose. All right, and I'm going to go down and catch you guys on number 5. Right there's where you should be. There you are, Aaron and Caleb Rose. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good.
Yeah. Do I know your dad?
I think so, yes, sir.
Yeah. That'd be
John Rose.
John Rose. Saw
Yes,
me the
sir.
night at the Central basketball game. He and your mama. And so let's talk about it. Caleb and Aaron, brothers, twins, or just brothers?
No, we're just brothers.
Just brother. Who's older?
He's older.
Who's meaner? There you go. That's great. So what year are you?
I'm a junior.
And what year will he be?
He's a senior.
He's a senior, so we'll get him coming on next. So step me through, man. Tell me what it was like through your eyes of playing in the state tournament and bringing home this big. Let me show this one more time. This is awesome. Tell me about what it was like for you to win this thing.
That was a little nerve-wracking. We got in there. We played as a team. We pressured them, caused turnovers. We just fed off that energy through the rest of the game and got it done. Got the job done.
You look back over the course of the season, what was the best game you feel like you had as an individual?
As an individual, probably against South Green. I had 28 points. I felt like I was feeling good, playing loose. We played as a team that game, and I enjoyed that game the most.
A lot of folks may not know you guys play in the Christian Conference, but you have a pretty aggressive non-conference schedule too.
Yes,
You
sir.
played South Green. Who were some of the other
South
public
Green,
schools?
North Green, we played North, we played UH, Tennessee High, and East.
Feel like playing the public schools made you better for your conference?
Definitely,
Sure,
definitely.
absolutely. When you play anybody, anytime you step out of your conference and play tougher competition, it makes you better when you get back in there, right?
Experiences,
Yeah. So I know this is a cheesy question. I'm asking all you guys this, but for you, when that buzzer went off, what did it feel like knowing you had won a state championship?
It was happiness. I was happy for the whole team and the coach. It was overwhelming. It was an awesome moment.
What did your dad do?
He was jumping up, he was clapping. I gave him a hug. It felt pretty good.
More importantly, what did your mama do?
Screaming.
There you go.
Hooting and hollering.
That's how mamas do.
Yes, sir.
Them mama bears and them cubs do good. Mama bears get excited,
That's
don't
right.
they? You got
Yes, sir.
that right. That's awesome. So how you going to get better this summer? Because you got to come back. You and Bullock got to repeat next
Yes, sir.
year.
Travel ball, getting some workouts in the gym, and just keep working all summer long.
There you go. Good job, my
Thank you.
friend.
Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Let's bring him in here. Let's get another one in here. Let's get his brother, Caleb Rose. Again, we're live here at Chick-Fil-A. We are talking to members of the Tri-Cities Christian School State Champion Boys Basketball Team. Pretty cool. Lisa, how many times, and I don't know this, how many times have you won, Tri-Cities won state championships?
Well, we haven't won the boys' championship since 2010, so I don't know.
This has been 8 years. So the boys won in 2010. So it's been a 8-year drought, but this guy and the rest of your teammates brought home a state championship. Hello.
How are you?
Good. Tell everybody your name.
Aaron Rose.
He's Aaron Rose. He's the junior, and you'll become, no, you're the senior. I'm sorry, you're the senior. So, again, tell me about your season. How'd you do as an individual?
Well, it was a good season. I came back from a knee injury early on, and we had a very successful year.
Awesome. So, step me through the state tournament. How did you contribute and help win those 2 games and win a state championship?
It was first game is all pressure. We forced the team like in 57 turnovers, and it was steals, rebounds. We just pressured them.
So, I'm trying to envision, I'm in that locker room before the start of the championship game. I'm thinking I probably got butterflies as big as this room in my stomach. What, you were lacing up your shoes and getting dressed, and what was running through your mind as you guys getting ready to go out there and play for a state championship?
With being a senior, it was my last game, and it was nervous, but I did not want to lose the last game I played as high school.
Isaac Hadfield said, I want to come home with a ring, and you did. You guys, again, champions for the first time since 2010. So you are a senior, so what is your post-high school plans?
I'm going to attend. I'm already doing enrolled in Northeast, and I hope to go there for 2 years and then transfer over to another college.
And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I hope to major in business.
Major in business. And so a big state championship. Again, pretty cool to bring this thing home, wasn't it?
It was very awesome.
Very awesome. Look at this. I love this thing. I can hold this thing all day long. Look at this. This is cool. It's going to go in the trophy case at Tri-Cities Christian School. They haven't been one there since 2010. And this young man helped make it happen. Give me some taters. Good job. Say, looking at Cameron, say hello to your mom and your daddy.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
A man of few words. Good job. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good job again. We got 2 more to visit with. Let's get him in here. We got Drew, and this is Willie. Come on here, Willie. Put those headsets on, my friend. Let's set you down and see. You guys are going to be on 4. And let me hit this right here, and boom. There he is. Look up here in the camera, Willie, and wave at him. Look at a big old smile. Willie, what year are you?
Well, I'm sorry.
What year are you? Senior, junior?
No, I'm a senior.
You're a senior, so this is it.
Yeah.
So Willie had to get a state championship, and you got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about it from your perspective. Tell me how it went for Willie Sheehan. Have a good game?
Yeah, we really have a good game. We just play. I think we play really good defense. Like our the press break really work pretty well, and we have like 54 or something steals in the first game. So I really think we just play really good and we play all together.
Coach said you guys had 57 turnovers. How many of those did you get? How many steals did Willie get? Because I think you're pretty quick, aren't you?
I have 6.
You had 6 steals.
7
Yeah,
steals, yeah.
6 or 7 steals.
Yeah.
So, again, I was asking the other guys, I've never won a state championship, so what's it feel like to when that buzzer went off and you knew you'd won the state championship for your team?
It's really like, I can't really believe it. It's just like a dream. Yeah, I just can't believe it. Yeah, just it's not true. I cannot believe we won the state champion. Yeah, like I've been waiting. I really think we have a chance last year and the year before last year. Like I've been here like 3 years, and the first 2 years we got to really close, but we still didn't get it. So I just cannot believe it is true.
So on your last try, you got it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Willie Sheehan. Now, after you graduate, what's your plans post high school? What do you want to do?
I'll go to the university in America, but I won't stay in Tennessee. I won't stay in this area. I'll go to like the West Coast side to the college there because it's closer to my family.
And where's your family at?
I'm from Taiwan.
From Taiwan. Cool. Now, I guess they know that you won a state championship, right? They know that. Did you call home and say we won?
Yeah, I call home like right away, right after we finished the game. In the restaurant, I just can't wait and call them and say, we won.
We won. We called you screaming, hollering, we won, we won. And what did they say?
They just like be really happy for me, and they got really mad because I forgot to like buy the DVDs. And my dad really want to watch me play, but I forgot to buy the DVD, so he really got mad about that because he really loved to watch me play. Yeah.
So he was happy for one, but upset because you forgot to buy the DVD.
Yeah, like happy more than mad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, happy more than mad. Absolutely. And you can still get your DVD. You can get your DVD and send it to your dad in Taiwan. That's cool. So that is awesome. So probably means even more to you than these guys because you're from another country to come over here and play in the States and the Tri-Cities and win a state championship. That's really neat.
Yeah.
So what do you want to major in before I let you go? What do you want to major in when you get out of school?
I'm not really sure right now, but I think I'll start with business major.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Willie Shin.
What he feels like, asking how he feels about his teammates.
Oh yeah, what do you feel like? How do you feel about your teammates?
I think like they're all my brothers. We are just like a big family. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Willie Shin from Taiwan and East Tennessee. Give me some taters. We can get taters in Taiwan. See there? There you go. That's good. From Taiwan. Well, good luck to you, whatever you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me get one more in here. This will be Drew. We'll get him in here as well. We are live at Tri-Cities. This is pretty cool. Not every day I get a chance to interview state champions in any sport, let alone basketball, and which is my favorite sport. Hello, Drew.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. You?
Grade? What grade are you in?
Sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
So you're one of those youngsters. Yeah. You got 2 more years for these guys to say, Drew, you got to win a state championship.
Yeah. 2 more times.
Yeah. So let's talk about it from a 10th grader standpoint. What it mean for you to get in that championship game and the state tournament? Kind of give me your bird's eye view of how the tournament went for you.
It was unreal the entire time. I think it was really cool, and now the bar is set, and we just have to exceed it, and I'll help my teammates as we keep on going through the years, and we'll get 2 more. I believe it.
Coach said 57 tournament. By the way, Christina, Tommy Whitley's watching, and Christina Ballard-Webb. So proud of this team. Way to go, TCCS. Do you know Christina Webb?
I don't.
Do you know Michael?
Oh, okay, cool.
There you go. So she's watching. So thank you, Miss Christina, for watching. So we're talking to some very special guys, did a very special thing. So, again, when the buzzer goes off, what's it feel? I keep asking all you guys this because I've never won a championship. So what did it feel like when that buzzer went off, you won by 11, and you knew you were going home with this basketball?
It honestly felt like a dream. I kept on, pinching myself. Is this really real? But it was just crazy. Just chest bumped all my teammates, giving all love. So it's crazy.
So Willie said his teammates like a family. Do you agree?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah. This is a relationship building thing. You guys will 30 years now. Y'all get back together for the reunion like Hoosiers. The year we won the state championship was really good. So you got to pick up and carry this thing for 2 more years. These seniors will expect you guys to be back down there. You and Brandon and you juniors and sophomores back next year, right?
Yeah.
So how do you improve your game this summer? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go to basketball camp over the summer. Do a lot of individual work with teammates. Really get that team chemistry down.
Who do you want to say hello to out there?
My mom. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mama. You better say hello to your mother. She's washed your uniform and taken care of you and fed you and hauled you back and forth to practice and all that. So let me give you a little hint. Always make sure you say hello to your mama.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, Coach, am I right? When Mama's happy, everybody's happy. Mama Bear loved to brag on them Cubs, so you did well. So good job, man. This is awesome. So there you go. Again, these guys did something that hadn't been done in 8 years. They brought home a state championship. Again, the Tri-Cities Christian School boys state championship. Again, let me put this up here again. I don't like to have this for myself. This is the state championship, Tri-Cities Christian School Eagles 2018. Let me get up here a little close and see the plate. How about that? Connie's going to take some pictures, and she's going to feed these guys because they've won the state championship and brought it back to Northeast Tennessee, which I think is really, really cool. So thanks to Lisa Lell for getting us all set up. Jackie, Kirk Bush, so proud of all you guys. Great group of boys. Good. So we appreciate everybody watching this. Again, you can like this and share this, and also it's archived. You can go back and watch it anytime you want. So we'll take a quick break, come back, and we'll get a picture taken, and we're going to move into our college basketball segment coming up next. We're live here at Chick-Fil-A with the state championship boys basketball team from Tri-Cities Christian Schools on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitat, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-Cities' best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
We're back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Again, we are here at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, again on this Wednesday. Again, can you believe it's the final day of the month? Tomorrow, does it come in like a lamb or come in like a lion? We'll see. But, again, it's coming, whether you want it to or not. Let's take a look at college basketball last night. I told you yesterday, top 25 college hoops. I said there's a tough place to play, and that's in the Dean Dome, but a team coming in could surprise them, and they did. In fact, we had 3 upsets last night in men's top 25 college basketball. Starting with 9th-ranked North Carolina, the defending national champs, lose at the Dean Dome in Chapel Hill, 91-88. Miami rolled into town and beat them by 3, obviously. Hurricanes now 21-8. Tar Heels at 22-8 on the season. Again, don't cry too many tears for the Tar Heels. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be ready to go for the tournament to defend their national championship crown from a year ago. Arkansas, we told you Bruce Pearl may have trouble. He did. 14th ranked Auburn goes into Arkansas last night and gets beat by 9, 91-82. And then, man, what a lopsided score. St. Joe's, a 14-15 basketball team now, beat 17th ranked Rhode Island by 30, 78-48. You talking about a butt whooping, 78-48. St. Joseph, Rhode Island. Of course, last night the Tennessee Vols, we'll talk more about that in a moment, they manhandled Mississippi State. An impressive win by 22 points in in Starkville, 76-54 the final. Volunteers go to 22-7 on the season. Mississippi State falls to 21-9. Again, the Volunteers 16th in the country now, and a lot of momentum, and still the chance to win the Southeastern Conference Championship before it's all said and done. So big win last night for the Vols on the road to Mississippi State. And so for tonight, you've got top 25 college basketball. Got some good ones. Fourth-ranked Villanova, 25-4 at Seton Hall, who's 20-9. Also tonight, the Seminoles of Florida State at 19-9 will go into 18th-ranked Clemson and battle the 21-7 Tigers tonight. Those are two pretty good matchups. Also, third-ranked Xavier hosting Providence. Kentucky, 23rd-ranked Wildcats at 20-9, taking on Ole Miss at Rupp Arena in Lexington tonight at 7 o'clock. 25th-ranked Houston plays at SMU, and also 21st-ranked Nevada on the road at UNLV to battle the Running Rebels tonight. That's men's top 25 college basketball. We're live here at Chick-Fil-A. Again, coming up top of the hour, we'll be joined by Greg Salyer talking Major League Baseball. So last night in boys action in the semifinals in AAA basketball, Science Hill beats Morristown East 57-56 on a shot at the end of the ball game by Jariah Love. Awesome game. They win 57-56. Then on the other side of the ledger, Dobbins went with a three-pointer by Chase Jenkins. Again, 49-47 buzzer beater to beat Jefferson County for Coach Chris Four, beating his former team. He left Jeff County to come coach at Dobbins Minute a year ago. So tomorrow night, it'll be Science Hill and Dobbins Minute tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. They're trying to move that game up here, possibly to the district tournament site at Davy Crockett, because both teams are from up here. In the AA last night, Granger over Chucky Doak 63-60. Saw Unicoi County defeat Elizabethton 73-50. Trevor Hensley, player of the year in the conference, and understandably why. The kid can play. He has been offered to Milligan College. He looked good in orange and black. Hensley, 32 points last night. Unicoi County beats Elizabethton 73-50. Granger and Unicoi play for the championship tomorrow night at Chucky Doak at 7 o'clock. And the single A semis last night, North Green beat Cosby 57-28. And then Sullivan North playing in their first and heading off to the sub-state for the first time in school history. Sullivan North beats University High 47-44. So tomorrow night at Cock County, North Green takes on Sullivan North at 7 o'clock coming up tomorrow night. Tonight, championship AAA, Jeff County and the Daniel Boone Lady Trailblazers at 7 o'clock tonight. That'll be at Jeff County High School. And the AA championship at Chucky Doak, the Greenville Lady Green Devils taking on the Lady Black Knights of Chucky Doak. And a game that's been moved to Daniel Boone because both teams are from up here. And the single A girls championship tonight, going to be Cloudland and Unaka being played tonight at Daniel Boone High School at 7 o'clock. So that's your AA, AAA, and single A basketball in Tennessee. And so pretty cool. And that's a heck of a way to get into the regional championship by the way Science Hill did it and the way Dobbins Minute did it in buzzer beaters. And again, it was cliffhanger. Let's see what the Tate Wheeler came up with a timely steal, and Jariah Love hit a game-winning floater on the other end as Science Hill held on against Morristown East. Down by one with 10 seconds to go. Wheeler was going to foul Morristown East player. Instead, he came up with a steal. Love made the most of it with his floater. With 5 seconds left, Cameron Reimer missed a three-pointer at the buzzer for Morristown East to win it. So that's how that ended up. Science Hill, I mean, that was a barn burner. And so that was a great one last night. And so that happened in that first game. The second game, as we said, Chase Jenkins threw up a one-handed three-pointer from the left side of the arc at the buzzer as Dobbins Minute goes to 29-6 in the season, rallied from 7 points down in the final 2 minutes to beat Jeff County last night to put themselves into the championship tomorrow night against the longtime rival, the Science Hill Hilltoppers, who are 24-8. And again, Dobbins Minute at 29-6. Those two will square off tomorrow night, and they should bring it back up here. That's not been decided yet, I don't think, but it should most certainly be brought back up here. Jeff County and all the District 2 teams are out, so the District 1 teams would be Dobbins Minute and Science Hill. They ought to play it, I would think, play it at the site of the district tournament, play it at Crockett tomorrow night, or even go to Daniel Boone or go to Sullivan Central, which is a little bit more neutrally located for the tournament championship. Both, of course, all the teams now have qualified for the sectional too, so you're guaranteed a game tomorrow night for the championship, or tonight if you're the ladies, and you're guaranteed a sectional game. If you win tonight, you'll be at home for the sub-state or the sectional, and if you lose tonight, you travel down to the Knoxville area, and then after that, if you win those games, you move on to the state tournament next week in Murfreesboro, week after next in Murfreesboro. So pretty cool stuff. NBA from last night, let's run down that for you as well. Then we've got a little bit later on, we'll check in with what's going on with the East Tennessee State Buccaneers. We'll have Joe Avento in here with us from the Johnson City Press. We're live here at Chick-Fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. It's heating up. Absolutely getting busy in here. Last night, Cavaliers, a 6-point win over Brooklyn in Cleveland, 129-123. Charlotte, 15-point win over Chicago last night. Miami with a 1-point win at home over the Philadelphia 76ers, 102-101. And also last night, you had the Washington Wizards with a 3-point win at Milwaukee, 107-104. Tonight in the NBA, it goes like this: Golden State in Washington, the battle of the Wizards. Golden State 47-14. The Wizards 36-25. New Orleans tonight at San Antonio. A couple of 34 for New Orleans, and San Antonio with a 36-win season so far. Those two will play tonight. Toronto at Orlando, Milwaukee at Detroit, Celtics hosting Charlotte, Indiana. The Pacers will be in Atlanta tonight to battle the Hawks. You have Phoenix and Memphis, Oklahoma City at Dallas, and Houston will be in L.A. to battle the Clippers tonight. Hello to Max Medicine Mart's watching, one of our great sponsors. And hello to Matthew Slaughter, Christina Ballard Webb. Also hello to Jackie Kirk Bush, Michael Cruz, Jerry Keller, Bradley Purdy, some of the folks watching the show again, and we appreciate that very, very much. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll switch from basketball. We're talking baseball. The man's here, knows what's going on. Here with our weekly Major League Baseball update. Our dear friend and a smart guy when it comes to baseball. Just a smart guy in general. I didn't say that right. He looked at me like, well, what happened the rest of the time? You're a smart guy the rest of the time, too. Our dear friend, our buddy Greg Sire, talking baseball next year on show number 698 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Before we bring Greg in, again, want to say hello to Betty Perry. Saw Betty Perry last night. I got a hug from Betty Perry last night. Hello, Betty. Hello, Betty. Hello, Betty. It's Elvis. Terrible Elvis imitation. But anyway, got a hug from her, and hello to Betty. Hope all's well in your little world today. Also, hello to the folks at Max Medismart watching. Matthew Slaughter. We got folks here on my phone that are telling me they're watching the show. Let me say hello to David Strickland, Christina Ballard-Webb, Ann Haar, Sheila Shelton, Rick Richardson, some of the folks saying they're watching the show. We appreciate that very much. In our basketball segment, we told you Tennessee won, but they not only won, they won big. Very impressive. Admiral Schofield had 24. Number 16, Tennessee used a dominant second-half performance to cruise past Mississippi State 76-54. Again, 7 rebounds did Schofield and shot 9 out of 18 from the field. Lamonte Turner added 13 for Tennessee, 22-7, 12-5 in the Southeastern Conference. Tennessee keeps their SEC regular season title hopes alive. They've won 10 out of the last 12. 10 out of the last 12 they won, folks. They're just a one-half game out of first place after the win in Starkville. They'll host Georgia on Saturday to wrap up the Southeastern Conference. Greg Salyer here with us, and before we get into baseball, what a year by Rick Barnes. The coaches had this guy picked in the middle of the pack at best in the Southeastern Conference, and obviously, they're challenging a half game out to win the SEC regular season title. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is, and it looks like Tennessee will probably get a pretty good seed, especially if they can pull out that SEC tournament in the big dance as well.
Absolutely. So, great job by Rick Barnes and the Tennessee men's team. Lady Vols kind of up and down, but again, winning 10 out of your last 12 in the Southeastern Conference, pretty impressive, including a sweep of Kentucky this year. You say, well, Kentucky's down. Kentucky's still Kentucky, right?
Yeah, that's right. Don't ever say that. If you can beat a team. Kentucky is in basketball kind of what you think of Alabama is in football.
Exactly.
If you can beat them, hey, beat them, whatever year it is.
The juggernaut. If you can beat the juggernaut, and especially get a Rupp Arena, beat them up there.
Oh, yeah.
That's very, very tough to beat. In fact, I read when Tennessee did that, if I remember correctly, they've only beaten them 4 times ever in the history of Rupp Arena, I think. Haven't been very many. So, anyway, Tennessee having a great year. Big win last night. Put the spanking on Starkville, Mississippi's Bulldogs out of Mississippi State. So, again, they'll come back home, take on Georgia on Saturday. Time now for the Major League Baseball update. Since you and I last visited last Wednesday, the Red Sox made it official on Monday. J.D. Martinez signed the contract, passed the physical, and give the Red Sox instant offense now.
Yeah, absolutely. They needed to do that to stay with the Yankees there after they got Giancarlo Stanton. So that was the Red Sox reply. They said, we got to do something to stay competitive in this division, and that's what they did. They went out and got J.D. Martinez.
The Yankees, some of the Yankee folks are comparing Aaron Judge and Stanton, that 1-2 offensive force, to the old Maris and Mantle days. And I think that's a little premature, but they certainly are going to raise some eyebrows and create a lot of interest in New York with those 2 guys in the lineup.
Yeah, you would think so. When you got 2 guys like that, one of them is going to protect the other one a little bit, and you can expect one of those guys at least to have a monster season, I think.
Coming up bottom of the hour, Joe Bento joins us from the Johnson City Press talking Buck basketball. The Bucks, the guys, losing 3 in a row at home, had a chance to seal it and did not. And they'll have to go and do it on Saturday night starting at 6 o'clock against the winner of Chattanooga-Sanford. Lady Bucks play tomorrow, and we'll get an update from Joe about that coming up in a little while. And also our buddy Caleb Sparks joins us from the folks from Sprint, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So here we go. So let's see, the Twins pick up Logan Morrison. Tell me some things that have happened since last Wednesday.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I had here for us to talk about. You know, it's a 1-year deal worth $6.5 million. There's other things there in that deal that could make it worth as much as $16.5 million over 2 years if that things tend to work out for them. You know, Morrison sort of had a breakout year last year, not average-wise. I mean, his average was still around 246, which is his career average is 245, so he stayed pretty much on par there. But, you know, first time he'd ever hit 38 home runs. He had 22 doubles, 85 RBIs, and 149 games for the Rays last year. So that's a considerable amount because the highest number of home runs that he had hit before last year was 23 in a season. And so, you know, hopefully he can keep up that pop in his bat and see what he can do there with the Twins. I think the Twins are preparing for the long haul, though. I don't think they're going into this thing thinking, okay, this is going to be our year in 2018. I think they're thinking, okay, we're going to be competitive in 2018. Who knows, we might win it. 2019, we're going to hope to be even better. In 2020, we're in it to do something.
There you go. I just got a text from my dear friend Sean Whitten, head football coach at Elizabethton Cyclones. My buddy Sean just told me that Nestor Grubb, this is really cool, Nestor Grubb just got accepted to West Point, United States Military Academy, again at West Point, of course, of the Army. And so Nestor Grubb, young man who played football at Elizabethton, just a class guy, and so he's just got accepted, which is a big deal, to West Point. So I don't know if I'm supposed to announce that, but I just did. So Nestor Grubb got accepted at West Point, and it's quite an honor to represent us to go to the United States Military Academy at West Point. So there you go.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Good stuff. So, Sean, thanks, Coach Whitten, for sending that to me just now. We're talking to Greg Salyer, talking Major League Baseball. So you got Logan Morrison with the Twins, and that's probably, as you said, that's a long-term signing because that's for down the road as much as it is right now, right?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's a 1-year deal, but they've got an option for a second year, and I think they're looking at what they're going to do even more. I think they're trying to compete this in 2018, but I think they're really building for the next couple of years to come. I think they're in it for the long haul.
Some other movement. What else has been going on since last Wednesday?
Yeah, the Blue Jays went out and got a reliever that they were perhaps looking for, Sun Hwan Oh, a guy that made his mark there with the Cardinals. You know, he's 35 years old. He's spent most of his career in Korea and Japan. In 2016 now, he had a 1.92 ERA with 103 strikeouts and 18 walks. That's pretty good. But last year, you know, not quite as good, 4.10 ERA in 62 games. So hopefully he's going to be able to match what he did in 2016 instead of 2017 after this signing with the Blue Jays. So
the Blue Jays bolster their bullpen, obviously.
They did. Probably going to be a setup man. He's closed in the past, but he's probably going to be a setup man for the Blue Jays, I would think, this year.
And lo and behold, our Reds have done something in offseason besides get rid of Zach Kozar. What have we done?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is what most people would say is a minor deal because it's a minor league contract with an invite to spring training. But, you know, they went out and got Ben Revere, which I think is a good move for the Reds. I think that puts a little pressure on Billy Hamilton. He's the exact same type of player as Billy Hamilton. Great defensive player, really fast, steals a lot of bases. The problem, though, is he has a higher on-base percentage than Billy Hamilton. So, you know, if those two guys are both in the outfield at the same time, I think you'll see Ben Revere maybe leading off and Billy Hamilton maybe batting eighth in that lineup.
There's Brian from the Bank of Tennessee's here. Look here, picking up his lunch. One of the good guys at the bank where we bank. We're talking to Greg Salyer, Major League Baseball update here. I've been talking to the guys. I still do my segment every Saturday night on 700 WLW, the big one in Cincinnati, the home of the Cincinnati Reds. And the word is up there that the natives are very restless over a lot of things, but getting rid of Kozart really got into a lot of people's crawl up there. They said, how could you let this guy get away? And they openly got rid of him. So It's not sitting real well with Reds fans.
No, it's not. And I think the best thing that we've heard so far in spring training was when Joey Votto came out and said, "Hey, look, I'm tired of losing." And
Hello,
yeah,
there's a statement.
Yeah, I'm tired of losing. Let's win some games this year. Let's do something here to try to win some games. So and I think the Reds pitching is going to be better this year than it was last year, as long as they don't have the same devastating injuries that they had. Anthony DeSclafani has looked really good so far in spring training. And unfortunately, the last couple of years, he's not been able to pitch much at all. Didn't pitch at all last year, and then the year before, I don't think he had a loss in 2016. I'd have to look that up. But, when he was pitching, he was very effective. So good to get him back. Looks like Brandon Finnegan's going to be back. Homer Bailey will be back. I think in Cincinnati, though, for most of the fans anyway, I think most of them are just looking at that Homer Bailey deal and saying, okay, when's his contract going to be over? Because they're spending a lot of money
on a guy that's not done anything.
On a guy that hasn't done anything lately. No. He's had some good seasons in the past, but you look at him in the last 2 or 3 years and say, what have you done for me lately? And so hopefully he can bounce back this year and show that he's still got a little bit left in the tank.
Hello, Tank Morrell over in Elizabeth in Tennessee. My dear friend Tank. I like him. Old boy looks good in bib overalls. He's country's cornbread, and I like it. So the question is for Homer Bailey, folks may not know, this guy's still getting a paycheck, right?
Oh, yeah.
He hadn't pitched in how many years? 2 years?
Yeah, pretty much. I think he pitched a little bit 2016.
Okay. Still getting a check and getting a pretty good check every couple of weeks, however they do that in Major League Baseball when they pay him. But Homer Bailey, they need a return on his investment, and they need it as fast as they can get it because they need some arms, so we'll see. So the Reds, again, pick up Revere to help out in the outfield. And then the Rangers. Rangers went out and made a move. What'd they do?
Yeah, really interesting move. I was really looking for someone to do this, and the Rangers were the ones that stepped up to the plate and did it. Tim Lincecum. He worked out for about 20-something teams a week or two ago. Very impressive from my understanding. Did not throw to live hitters, just threw off the mound. But from what I heard, his velocity maybe wasn't as good as it was when he was winning those Cy Young awards. But that's been several years ago now. So, good signing I think for the Rangers. I would imagine he will not be in the running for their starting rotation, but I'm thinking he might be their closer. A guy that knows how to pitch. Obviously, he's done it in the past. Put him in there and see what happens. See if you can get these guys out. And by the way, he's the 4th pitcher that the Rangers have signed in February. So that's kind of interesting. They went out and got Bartolo Colon, which we laugh every time we say his name, but hey, the guy's still in the major leagues. He's almost as old as I am, and he's still pitching. So you got to give him some credit there. They got Jesse Chavez and then Edinson Volquez. So, they've gone out and picked up a few guys, and we'll see what happens with that. But
so what happened to him? And this guy, he was a force, virtually unstoppable for a number of years with the Giants. I remember the guy. Mm-hmm. He's the one who had the long black hair, right?
Yeah, little guy.
Little tiny, squirrely little dude. But
freak.
Yeah, because he could throw the baseball, and all of a sudden, he'd blow his arm up, and what happened?
It was a hip injury.
Hip injury, okay.
Yeah, he had to have surgery on his hip, and he basically missed a whole season. Came back, pitched a little bit for the Angels out of the bullpen. Was not as effective as everyone hoped, and then hasn't pitched since then. So now obviously he's worked out and has gotten in shape and looks like he's ready to go. So I'm glad somebody's giving him a chance. You like to see these comeback stories, and I hope he's successful.
We're talking to Greg Salyer, talking Major League Baseball. We're live here at Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. Tomorrow will be at Champion Chevrolet. Friday will be at Food City in Churchill. Again, it's a one-day sale at Food City. We'll tell you all about that tomorrow. It's going to be, again, a great one-day sale as always at Food City. I've got all kinds of goodies that are marked down and ready to go on Friday. Next week, got a brand new stop. We're going to tell you about that. We're very excited about this. Another eating place. Imagine that.
Hey.
We go to Freddy's, we go to Phil's, we come to Chick-fil-A. We're going to a brand new eating joint next week, and you've been there. And so,
Okay.
And it's a good one.
Okay.
It specializes in Italian food.
Okay.
There you go.
All
So
right.
we're going to let the cat out of the bag tomorrow. There's going to be a brand new spot there next week. We got some free agents still out there. I still am kind of blown away that Jake Arrieta, we're a week into spring training now. In fact, I'm looking some of the teams played 5 and 6, 7 games for the spring training. So you would think at this point somebody to pick this guy up, but still no Jake Arrieta being signed. So that one, Moustakas. Tell me some of the big names still out there.
Yeah, there's 3 big names as far as starting pitchers go. Arrieta, you mentioned, Lance Lynn, Alex Cobb. Those guys are still out there. And, teams that say that they're still looking for starting pitching, teams like the Brewers, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Rangers, the Orioles, Nationals, from what I hear, the Yankees have been in contact with Lance Lynn all offseason. And I think the trade that they made with the Diamondbacks picking up Brandon Drury to play third base, I think maybe that's a sign that they're going to go out and get another starter, and it perhaps may be Lance Lynn out of those 3. But I think the reason that that's a good indication of that is that tells us that they're not in on Mike Moustakas anymore. If Drury's going to be the third baseman, then they're not looking at spending the money to go out and get Moustakas. So that frees up some money for them to go out and pick up another starter. And I would be surprised if Lance Lynn isn't the guy that they get. The Nationals, I think, are still in on Jake Arrieta. I think they're just trying to wait and see how far his price can come down, and see if they can get him at the price that they want to go for with another starting pitcher. And if they do that, then I think they'll be definitely one of the teams to beat in the National League, because they'll have 4 aces basically in their rotation.
Pretty stout.
Yeah. And don't cut the Phillies out either. And I even said earlier that the Brewers. So if the Brewers go out and get Jake Arrieta, then I'll have to sort of redo something that we're going to talk about here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're going to let him take a look at the Central Division. Also, the Tigers go out and sign Francisco Liriano to a 1-year contract, and that puts immediate pressure on Daniel Norris. That came off the Tigers' website saying Detroit now, he was 5-8 last year, struggled. He's out of minor league options. I'm not sure what that means. I guess they can't really put him back down to the minors, so he's either got to step up, earn him a spot in the starting rotation. They're going to release him, I suppose. So. Is that
well, when you're out of options, that means for them to send you back to the minor leagues, you have to go through waivers. So another team can pull you off the waiver wire, and I imagine that would happen.
Sure.
So if they try to sneak him through waivers, I think somebody will be picking him up, and he won't be with the Tigers anymore. So yeah, he needs to try to get one of those starting rotation jobs out of spring training, or he'll be somewhere else, and maybe that would be a good thing for him. The Tigers really don't look that great this year, so it might be good to have a change of venue there for Daniel Norris.
They are 4-1, so they've played 5 games. He's yet to pitch in any games. I don't know if that's a good sign or bad sign. I'm trying to see here on the schedule where they play today. Detroit, let's see, they take on, right at the top, they got the Yankees at 1:05 today in Tampa, so I don't know whether he'll get a shot at it. They're using most guys a couple innings at a time just to get him limbered up and working, but still no Daniel Norris. So Francisco Liriano in there now, and that's going to add, as we said, more pressure to Norris to make the team for 2018, which he can do. He just got to step up and do what we know he can do. So we ready to break down the Central? Got anybody else?
Yeah, let's talk about
All right.
Central.
Let's do that. I'm going to flip this over right here, and
you're going to write it down and look at it later in the season, aren't you?
Yep. Sure am.
In September,
so
we'll look at it and see how we do.
228-18 NL Central. Let's start at the bottom, work our way up.
Okay, bottom, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates?
I have the Pirates at the bottom. I like the manager. I think they gave up too much when they gave up Garrett Cole and Andrew McCutchen. They've still got some good guys I like. I like Josh Bell at first base, Josh Harrison, all-star. Depending on what Starling Marte and Gregory Polanco can do in the outfield will be whether or not they finish 4th or 5th, I think, this year.
NL Central, in the cellar dweller, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Up next,
Cincinnati Reds.
All right.
Pains me to say that, but I think realistically that's where we are. I like their lineup. I think they've got some good guys coming up, maybe from the minor leagues that are going to be a force for them. I think the question mark is still pitching. Like I said earlier, Anthony Scafani will be back, and I think he'll make a big difference. Luis Castillo, if he can have the type of season like he had last year after he was called up, I think they're going to have two guys right there at the top of that rotation that's going to be good. They did go out and get some guys to really make their bullpen a lot better. So I look for the bullpen to be much better than it was last year with Hernandez and Jared Hughes. So I don't see them in the cellar, but I don't see them up there with the top three guys in this division either.
Pittsburgh, Reds, who's third?
St. Louis.
Cardinals,
the
all right.
Cardinals will be third. Okay, so the Cardinals, I think they still need a pitcher. I really do. I think they need to go out and get a pitcher. They went out and got Marcell Ozuna from the Marlins, and that was a good move. But here's my thing about Ozuna. Ozuna has come up and shown that he can be a really good hitter, a good force in the middle of the lineup. But when he was in the Marlins lineup there, he had some guys really protecting him. He had Giancarlo Stanton, I think, hitting behind him most of the time. He was getting pitches to hit. I don't know that he's got the same kind of guys around him in St. Louis to protect him.
Why wouldn't the Cardinals go after Arrieta? I mean, sitting out there, what a slap in the face. They can pick up a former Cub. And they got the money, I would think. Why wouldn't they go get Arrieta?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. It may be that they're just looking for something that's going to keep them under that luxury tax threshold or something, and he might put them over the top. I haven't done the figure in there, but
hey, Drew, hold that thought.
That would be a big deal.
Let me show this one more time. These boys are heading out. How about that? We had a chance to interview these guys today. The state basketball tournament champions, Tri-Cities Christian School 2018. There's the trophy. I feel like running the picket fence with Norman Dale and Hoosiers and Jimmy. You guys ever seen Hoosiers?
He has, okay.
Homework assignment. Have you ever seen Hoosiers, the movie? You ever seen Hoosiers?
Y'all got to see Hoosiers.
It's the greatest basketball movie ever. Hoosiers, you got to check it out. Isaac, make sure these guys bring them over to your house and watch Hoosiers. Thanks, guys, for coming by.
I've got it on VHS.
Lisa? Huh? Yes. Yeah, you can do it. And send me the soccer schedule. You're welcome.
Did you hear that? I was just asked what's VHS. Love it.
We're old.
Love it.
Joe Avento's coming up here next talking Buck basketball. We are live at Chick-Fil-A. We're letting Greg break down this week the NL Central. We got Pittsburgh in the cellar, the Reds, the Cardinals. Number 2 in the division is?
Milwaukee Brewers.
The Brewers.
The Brewers. I have the Brewers number 2. They could be. I think Joe's over here holding up one finger. If they go out and pick up, if they go out and pick up one of these starting pitchers that's still out there, I think they have a shot. I would agree with that. But until they do that, I got to put them number 2. They greatly improved their team. I mean, they really went out and got some guys that they were looking for. I think Christian Yelich deal was big, and they gave up a lot. I mean, they gave up their number 1 prospect in Lewis Brinson to get him. So. But that was a good move. I mean, they're in it to win it right now, and I think they will do good. I think they'll be a wild card team. I really do. I don't think that I don't see them winning the division with the team they have. I think they need another pitcher, but I think they're a wild card team as they sit right now.
Of course, everything's fluid here because everything can change with the signing of one player anytime, anywhere. And so, but as it is now, obviously the Cubs, you got them to win the division. Cubs, Milwaukee, the Cardinals, the Reds, Pittsburgh. You got the Cubbies at the top.
Yeah, I got the Cubs at the top. I don't feel great about that. I like Bryant and I like Rizzo and even Baez, the second baseman. I think those 3 guys are really legitimate, great players in the major leagues. I do question their outfield. I've got some reservations about their outfield a little bit. They went out and got Yu Darvish, of course. So they're sort of replacing Arrieta with Yu Darvish, and I don't think that was an improvement, to be honest. I know when they made that signing, Twitter just blew up among Reds fans with this video of Joey Votto hitting a 505-foot home run off of Yu Darvish. Everybody was sharing that on Twitter, and so I'm not getting too excited about it, but a lot of the Reds fans were like, "Oh yeah, we can beat this guy." Well, I don't know. He's a legitimate star in the major leagues. He had a bad World Series last year, but let's face it, the guy's pretty good.
Still got a pretty good paycheck, even though he laid an egg for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
When they went out and got him, he ponied up and got some pretty good jack.
Oh yeah.
So don't feel too sorry for him.
Yeah, and also John Lackey's not there this year either. So and to be honest with you, he's a gamer, but I think it's time for some new blood there. So that was probably a good move too.
So before I let you go here, look at the spring training standings right now. Does this mean anything at all? I mean, if the Reds are next to last, along with Pittsburgh in the NL, and Baltimore and Toronto at the bottom in the American League, and New York and Houston at the top in the American League, and Milwaukee and Chicago at the top of the National League spring training standings, does that mean anything at all? Just us media boys talking about it?
Not right now, it doesn't.
Okay.
We'll see what happens in the last week of spring training, because right now, I mean, I've watched 2 or 3 of the games, and some of the starters will start the game. They'll play a few innings, and they'll come out, and then they bring in the guys whose numbers add up to about like 18 or 19 if you add the 2 digits of the numbers together.
Be Tom and Greg out there.
Yeah. When you got number 87 playing right field, that's usually not a guy that's going to make the team.
Yeah.
So
they gave me the number 100 out there in right field.
Yeah.
Taylor, go out there and stand out there. Pick clover or whatever.
Yeah, when something comes your way, go run it down and
track it down, big boy.
Yeah.
Get out on the morning track and haul it in.
Yeah.
I'm wearing number 101 on my jersey, so that's the odds I can get into to make the team. So, okay, I just wondered, but
not yet. But I mean, the last week of spring training, we'll look and see what's going on then. But right now, no, I'm not too concerned about that, because a lot of guys are playing who aren't going to be on the teams anyway.
February the 28th, he said, Cubs, Milwaukee, St. Louis, the Reds, and Pittsburgh. Now, I'm going to give him an out, because things can happen between now and the start of the regular season. May do it again right before the season starts, because there are going to be more transactions. All these guys, I cannot stay at Moustakas. I mean, all these guys are going to get picked up. They have to. I don't have to, but I would think that they would. So this may change, and we'll give him a freebie. Some of these may change between now and the start of the regular season. Next week, why don't you do American League Central? How's that?
American League Central sounds good.
All right. Hungry?
Yes, sir, always.
All right. Good job. As always, my buddy Greg Sire talking Major League Baseball. Blessed to have guys like he and Joe Vento on the show, and always come in ready to go with great information. Speaking of, he's going to join us coming up next. That'll be our buddy, that would be the one, the only, Joe Vento. Before we get that young man on, let's again remind you we're down to 13 days from this right here, Elizabethton Cyclone Baseball. I'm with head baseball coach Ryan, president of Elizabethton Cyclones. And, Coach, we're very excited, my friend. We're getting ready to double the coverage of Cyclone baseball this year. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited, too. I think it's a big step for our program. We really believe that getting out there what our kids do and letting the community know what we're doing and what we're up to is very important. The weather can be bad in the spring, and it doesn't matter to us if the weather's bad. We're going to play. We've played in snow. We don't really care about that, but watching baseball in the snow is pretty tough. So I think it's a really good opportunity for our fans to keep up with us. And really, we've got a lot of fans that live in different states, and I think you saw that from the coverage last year. People in all different parts of the country and the world watching and listening to Cyclone baseball. So we're excited about the opportunity.
Absolutely. And, of course, it all starts March the 13th against Sullivan Central. We got some great games lined up. And, hey, this year we're taking out on the road doing some games, most of the games at Twin Stadium, but we are going to be on the road this year, some big conference games too.
Absolutely. You look early on, us at East, we battled last year with East, and a lot of the same players back on both sides of the field this year. So we're going to be battling with the East early on, and game at Happy Valley, obviously big in-county rivalry. That's also a conference tilt for us, and then going on the road down to Smoky Stadium. We're going to be playing Pigeon Forge in Jefferson County. Jefferson County goes to the state tournament last year in 3A. We actually beat them last year, which was big for us, and just trying to expand what we're doing here with the program, and this is a big part of it, and we appreciate you coming on board.
Oh, absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. And, of course, it takes sponsorship to make it go, to drive the bus, if you will. And so you've lined up some great sponsors. Tell us some of the folks that are going to be helping out with the broadcast this year.
We're going to be headlined by Chick-Fil-A. So they're going to be our headline sponsor for the season. Game night sponsors actually got Carter County Bank and Appalachian Community Federal Credit Union. Physical therapy services from here in town. Tri-Cities Health is a great little outfit over on the edge of town between Elizabeth and Johnson City. Just super folks. Blackburn Children's in Stegall over in Johnson City, and we've even got Elizabeth High School Fellowship of Christian Athletes is coming on board. We're really happy to partner with them. They do a lot of great things here in the community and in the school.
It all starts March 13th. Again, it's going to be the Sullivan Central Cougars, our first one. First pitch at 7 o'clock on March 13th. It'll be here before you know it. Coach, what's the phrase that pays? What are we supposed to say? Cyclone?
Cyclone pride. Something to live by, Tom.
Cyclone pride. Something to live by. We'll see you March 13th. Again, looking forward to bringing Cyclone baseball right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page. I love this guy. Took me 2 years to get him here. He is a hoot. My man Joe Avento of the Johnson City Press. Good afternoon, my good friend. How are you? Oh, got me crying. It's good stuff.
Start like this.
Oh no, it didn't. Came right out of the break giggling like a couple of school kids, but that's okay. So, great articles today. First off, let me say this. I said off there and we'll say it on there. Your coverage, your staff and your team's coverage of high school basketball in both the press and the Times News, outstanding. Even Southwest Virginia, I mean, when folks look geographically what you've got to cover in all the schools and all the teams, and I'm not trying to schmooze him because I don't have to, but I'm just telling you, the coverage has been outstanding, has been in-depth, it's been good. I like the new, I don't know what you call it, the new little things where
it's called an alternative writing style.
I love it.
Yeah. And we had an expert come in and
see where
suggest we do it this way.
See the little stop, and I don't know what you call it. What's it?
Subheads.
Subheads. Thank you.
We've been told that that's easier on the readers, and they'll stay with the story longer.
I do.
And
exactly right.
It took a little while for us to come around to doing that, but I think it's good. I think it's good. It's fun to write that way.
Yeah. So again, your staff does a phenomenal job. His staff consists. Go ahead and sing the praises. All the boys that are working for you.
I got Doug Fritz and Jeff Birchfield and Tanner Cook in Johnson City, and we have somebody who covers Southwest Virginia like nobody else, Kevin Mays. We hired him a few months ago strictly for that purpose, and he is outstanding. He's got his finger on the pulse of Southwest Virginia. He's enabled us to concentrate on what we know and let him do what he does. And of course, we can't do this without correspondence. We have all kinds of people in different corners of the Tri-Cities that fill in for us when we need game coverage, and they're all professionals. They all do a great job, and I sent them all an email over the weekend thanking them for what a great job they're doing for us.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to do. The old, I don't know if I've told you this story, but I'm going to tell it because you're in leadership now and management. 3 farms when I was growing up. My grandfather's farm was in the middle, and every Saturday night, without exception, he would call those cows and throw out a couple bales of hay. And I noticed the other 2 farms didn't do that. And I finally asked him, I was just a little guy, I said, Granddad, how come you feed the cows every Saturday night? He said, oh, happy cows give more milk. And I thought, that's probably applicable to people too. When you praise them and you encourage them, lift them up, they'll bust your tail for you. And so he just did that, and of course he's got a great staff, and they've earned his accolades. So keep up the good work again, Joe and his staff again with the Times News and the Johnson City Press.
I got to tell them that you called them cows while you were complimenting them. And I wish you just took a couple of bales of hay to keep them happy.
There you go. My man Joe Avento from the Johnson City Press and the Kingsport Times News sports director. So, Buck basketball, you've covered them the last 3 games. I'm not being able to get there. What happened? What's going wrong with the Bucks? Because they had the world by the tail and kind of hit a tailspin.
I don't know if it's the law of averages or what, but they're on a 16-game winning streak. They couldn't do anything wrong during that streak. They were winning most of those games by double digits, and then they went to Greensboro and got blown out, and they haven't been right since. They can't stop people before this losing streak. Now they've lost 3 in a row, 4 out of 5. before that streak, they were holding teams under 40% shooting, and now teams are even coming in to Freedom Hall and shooting 45 and 50%, and they just can't win that way. It's simple as that. They need to stop. They're scoring enough to win. They scored 82 against the Citadel and lost that game. So it hasn't really been the offense. It's been the defense, and they have the better part of a week to get it fixed. They say they will, but confidence is such a big part of athletics, and going into the tournament, they're a little fragile right now, so I'm really curious to see how they open on Saturday.
I was down at the South Green game on Saturday, and I heard a couple of good old boys up there in the back saying, well, they was talking about the Bucks. Well, ever since Forbes signed that contract, they ain't won a game. I thought, that has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
It has nothing to do with anything except for one thing. It's true.
Well.
And, I mean, you could state the fact. It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but people are gonna point that out. And when they do, you can't argue with them because Forbes will be the first one to tell you it's true. And he's in it for the long haul. So
sure.
And I pointed out in my column today that had they won all their games to this point, they'd still be in this same spot.
Exactly.
They have to win 3 in Asheville. They weren't getting in that large bid. Steve Forbes told me that himself. He said we could win out, lose the championship game in the tournament. We're not getting in that large bid. The one thing it did cost them, though, was having the NIT bid in their back pocket if they don't win the tournament.
Yeah.
And that's a little different than the women's tournament. The women, ETSU women will get the NIT bid if Mercer wins the tournament. The runner-up gets it. So they're the number 2 seed. If they don't win the SoCon tournament and get the NCAA bid, and Mercer's the team that does win it, the ETSU women will be going to the women's NIT.
So that's what I thought, too. I thought that what really hurt them more than the March Madness was the automatic NIT.
Yeah.
But that's not where you want to go anyway.
Well, it's not, but, you at least, if you have to go to the NIT, you're going to be playing a name opponent, and it's a big deal. He said they're not going to any of these other little tournaments, the CIT, the CBI, or a couple of years ago they went to the Vegas 16.
Yeah, that was...
Well, that was such a sham that they only got 8 teams, and it was called the 16. I don't even think that exists anymore. And teams had to pay $50,000 just to go to that.
Well, yeah, exactly. You had to pay to play. It's 30,000. You had to pay to play.
That covered the hotels and the travel, so but it was paying to play, and they're not doing that.
We're talking to Joe Avento again. He's still on the screen, the Johnson City Press and the Kingsport Times News. So take a step back and take a look at college. We'll get into the Bucks and break them down in a minute. There are 2 games. Ladies have Wofford tomorrow at 3:30. The guys will play the winner of Chattanooga and Sanford on Saturday. But college basketball as a whole, since you were in here last, the obvious big story, it's kind of went away to a point, I don't know how, when you have the FBI saying they got 4,000 wiretaps and got coaches caught on wiretapping. Sean Miller of Arizona saying, talking about a $100,000 payment to get a player. So what's your take on all this?
My take is everything that I hear, at least half of the coaches in the Power 5 and the Big East might not be sleeping real well right now. They're wondering, what did I say that might be on wiretap somewhere? If they got wiretap and verbal proof that you're doing something, forget about it. You're going to be. I don't think Sean Miller's ever going to coach again. If that's him on the wiretap, and if they've already pulled him away from coaching right now, it must be. My first thought was bringing that locally. All these jobs are going to be open. And Steve Forbes is a hot commodity. That being said, he had a show cause on his record back when he was at UT with Bruce Pearl. When they got fired, he had 1 year where he was not allowed to coach in the NCAA. He went to junior college then, and it's expired, and now he is allowed to coach without anybody asking any questions. However, in this climate, with that being on his record, he admits that certain schools look at that still. If coaches are being fired for something they did, now Forbes didn't do anything like that to get suspended. What he did was, quote, not be forthcoming with the NCAA when they were interviewing him about Bruce Pearl. He basically didn't throw his boss under the bus. He didn't lie, he didn't cheat, he didn't steal. But But with that being on his record,
I'm trying.
maybe a school's going to want to be squeaky clean, and that might hurt him. What are we doing here?
I'm trying to get it. The camera, it's dark. I want to get it. We can't see your face as well, and so I'm going to go back to the other camera, and we'll keep right on trucking. But so all these athletic departments are saying, there's nothing to it, but I don't see how I can not have something to it.
I think right now they're going to start saying, if everybody did it, how can it be cheating? So it sounds like they're heading in that direction. Like we should be paying the players anyways and all that, but still.
So next question then I got for you. Again, we're talking to our buddy Joe Vento. We're back on the other cameras. It looks awful dark here, and we'll just go with it. It's raining outside. I guess that's the way it's going to be. Players are currently implicated, innocent until proven guilty, but named nonetheless. You let them play, you park them till you find out what's going on.
I think at this point, they've got you to this point. They've been playing already. So if they prove that they were ineligible before, you're going to still suffer the same penalties that if they're playing now. So in my mind, I think they should keep playing. I think you got nothing to lose. If they come in and say this guy did this and he was ineligible and now you're going to be on probation, I don't think the penalty is going to be any worse now for playing him now than it wasn't for playing him a month ago. So I would keep playing.
Other question then, looks like the sun's trying to pop out. Oh no, that's a car headlight. Never mind.
Somebody's got their brights on through the drive-in window.
I thought it was a sign. The other question would be, as a team, not just individual, but teams, if, again, they're implicated already, but innocent until proven guilty, can the NCAA drop their hammer on them between now and March Madness to keep them from playing, or we see the penalties, if there are any, issue between now and the start of next season? I mean, are we too late into the game?
I think we're too late, mostly because you're dealing with the FBI, who's doing this investigation. They are not the ones that are going to decide who's eligible for the tournament. That's the NCAA. And as we've seen this, the NCAA is a lot less effective at doling out justice than maybe the FBI is.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the NCAA can do anything right now at this point, although they may just start slapping ineligible stickers on people and say, you can't play, but I really don't see how they can do that right this quick. Because, I mean, the Big Ten tournament's starting this week. We're hitting March Madness now, so I don't see how they can do it.
So
they're not very efficient.
No, and what I keep hearing is, I said, guys, it's the FBI. This is not the Mickey Mouse. This is not Barney and Andy and the boys. I mean, this is the real deal. This is the FBI. They've got wiretaps.
That's what got coaches' attention earlier.
Yeah.
This is the real deal. Right.
This is the real deal. This is not, Hooterville Police Department doing something. This is the FBI, and they've got 4,000 wiretaps at their disposal that they've got to go out and say, okay, Avento did it and Taylor did it, and here, listen to this, boop, and you're dead to right. So stay tuned on that one.
On the show. They might be having wiretap on this.
We're talking to Joe Avento, so we've got preview tomorrow, the Lady Bucks, again with the Lady Terriers of Wofford. What do you think?
Well, I like ETSU's chances the first day. That would set them up with another game with Chattanooga, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
And they've swept Chattanooga this year. Chattanooga had 6 conference losses, which is unheard of for them. But that would be something if they could knock them off in the semifinals and get another shot at Mercer, which they haven't been very close with this year. Mercer's been far and away the best women's team in the conference. They've proven it on the court.
A couple of Lady Bucks got some individual awards I thought we needed to brag about. One young lady got 2 awards, which is unheard of.
Erica Haynes Overton.
Mm-hmm.
She's a freshman, and I noticed the first day that she played in the scrimmage that I saw, I told Brittany Ezel, the coach, that I think she is going to be the female Tim Smith on that team. The way she
Which is a
played,
compliment.
quick, fast. She ended up being the defensive player of the year. I think she led the country in steals, so it's pretty. And the freshman of the year. She's only 5'5".
Mm-hmm.
And what we saw in the first few scrimmages was that she never met a shot she didn't like, but she toned that down during the season, really improved her shot selection, turned into a really good player. So I look for her to be an all-conference kind of type player the rest of her career.
Tarter got an award too, did she not?
She got first team all-conference. Unfortunately for her career has kind of paralleled a girl from Mercer, Lawrence, Kalia Lawrence, I think it is. She got freshman of the year when everyone wanted Tiana Tarter to get it. Then she got player of the year the last couple of years. And she's just been like the thorn in the side. So maybe that would be fitting for Mercer and ETSU to meet in the finals and Tiana.
Let them square off. Tiana.
Tiana a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's Tiana.
It's Tiana.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Let them square off. That'd be good.
Let them square off, and maybe she could get her final revenge in her last game in Asheville.
Of course, you've been to the games, Chick-Fil-A at Freedom Hall when the guys play. They have that promotion. It's really become, this lady right here, it's been her brainchild.
The last three, I think, it's happened, but the Bucks have lost all of them. That's the bad thing, you know.
But Chick-fil-A has won because they've got the, man, oh man, have they got the publicity.
I didn't get my coupon the last time. I got them the first two.
Connie was right here, our marketing girl.
The amazing thing was the Wofford game, because Fletcher McGee came in to the game, the fourth best free throw shooter in the country, 92%. And he went to the line early in the game, and he was the one that missed two. The guy, 92%, fourth in the country. We were saying we would have bet thousands of dollars that he would never be the one to get you that chicken.
Of course, what we're talking about is Chick-fil-A had a promotion all season long in the home games at a designated point in the ball game when the opposing player had a two-shot.
Designated point, anytime.
No, anytime, right. So it wasn't like it was in the 10-minute mark of the game, just whenever they wanted to do it. The opposing player shooting two shots, if he missed them both, then everybody in the arena got a free chicken sandwich coupon.
And sometimes it'd be 3 minutes into the game and the guy would miss the first free throw. And the crowd would be just going nuts. You know, they've been getting 5,000 to 6,000 people the last few weeks. And the press table's right by the visitor's bench. And you can see the looks on the faces. They look like, what the heck is going on? Because, you know, the score is 7-5, and this guy's missing a free throw, and the
place goes nuts.
So we explained it to him, and then I forget which team it was, but one of the guys on the bench said, "Do we get it too?"
Yeah. Does the team get it if they miss?
It was a big deal.
It was, yeah.
There was a few weeks where they didn't give it out, and even Steve Forbes said in the post game, he said, "I got to do a better job of finding the right guy." Because everybody's aware of it.
Oh, yeah. It's a great promotion.
It's really
Again.
Cool. It's really cool.
And this young lady just walked by who does the marketing. It's her brainchild. All right, just preview it. The winner of the Chattanooga-Sanford ball game on Friday gets the Bucks on Saturday at 6, and we'll take it from there. What do you think?
Well, the Bucks have swept both of those teams this year, so I mean, maybe that's a thing that'll help them get into the tournament, get a little momentum going. Because I figured out that only Chattanooga has a longer losing streak than ETSU right now, so they're really not going in. I think they'd rather play Sanford right now. Chattanooga's struggling. Chattanooga's last place, but it's still Chattanooga. And if Chattanooga doesn't feel like they have a chance to win the tournament, they would like nothing better than to take ETSU out along the way. So maybe ETSU would rather get Sanford in that game. Sanford was picked to win the league by some people, and they had so many injuries that they had maybe the best center in the league that only played a couple of games. So, but they need to get their mojo back because they don't have it right now. I'll tell you what, in about an hour and 10 minutes, the All SoCon team's going to come out. Player of the year, coach of the year, defensive player of the year. And ETSU has a lot of hopefuls. Forbes, until the last week, coach of the year.
Coach of the year, yeah.
DeSante Bradford is probably the two favorites for player of the year, maybe three. Maybe he, Francis Alonso from Greensboro, Fletcher McGee. I think Bradford should win that award based on the fact that he does everything. He does more than the other two guys. The other two guys score more, but he does more. He's the only guy that leads his team in rebounding, scoring. Assists, he's gone back and forth on the team lead, but he's still in the top 10 in all of those in the conference. And Jermaine Long is one of the favorites to win Defensive Player of the Year, although there's several. Every team has a good defensive player, so they all want their guy to win it. And I think Bradford had that award won until the last week. Because we always say that they tend to award the best player on the best team.
Mm-hmm.
And with a 16-game winning streak, they were the best team, and he was the best player.
Caleb Sparks joins us coming up next year. Sprint, last question, my friend. Yes, he signed a contract extension, but you made a very good point. There's going to be some heads rolling. I think Sean Miller's head's going to roll first at Arizona. So even with the contract extension, even with the big money, he's making $650,000 at East Tennessee State. At least $650,000.
There's several bonuses that are get that higher.
If the big boys come along with a bigger paycheck and a bigger checkbook, does Forbes still leave, or you think that pay raise and that contract extension last week will keep him?
It took another level of schools out of the picture. He's not going to leave ETSU to go to, say, now not that any of these jobs are open, but a UNC Wellington or East Carolina, and he might have in the past, because that is a natural step from the Southern Conference, for most Southern Conference. But as the Citadel coach said after the game the other night, that what ETSU gave for is unprecedented in the Southern Conference, and he went on and on to say how he deserved it. To answer your question, it took a level out, but the answer's still the same. If $1 million job comes along or $1.3 million, he's gonna look at it. He's probably gonna take it. They changed his buyout. His buyout was $300,000 and a home and away, home and home. So he would come in here with his new team. He wasn't comfortable with that home and home, mostly because if it happens, he wouldn't want to come in and coach against his old players. So they raised his buyout to $500,000. That's what it cost. So I think if they wanted it higher, he didn't want it any higher because it would kind of hurt his chances.
ACC, Big Ten, SEC, Pac-10, Conference USA. Some of those may come calling. Ole Miss.
Would Andy Kelly make $2 million there?
Yeah. So now
that's the one you got to worry about.
Yeah, and the last one, I'll let you go. Can they do it? Bucks, can the ladies do it? Can the guys do it?
I like the guys' chances better. I like both of their chances to get to the finals. In the finals, I like the men's chance better only because they've done it. They did it last year, and they got a lot of guys there that remember how to do it. And I don't see a men's team as dominant as the Mercer women's team. But the answer is yes, ETSU men have beaten everybody in the league, so they can beat everybody. They've proven it. Asheville's been kind to them, and like somebody urged in the newspaper today, the fans have no excuse not to go there. I'd like to see I-26 look like that highway in Hoosiers. Remember that scene?
Oh, yeah. The bus and all the cars.
Yep.
Heading to the big show.
Yep.
There you go. Hungry?
Yeah. No. I was going to say no, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Just to throw you off.
Yeah. Of course he's hungry, and he deserves a great guy. Again, you're doing a great job. You and your staff, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too. Keep up the good work.
Show number 698 today. You know, they made fun of him in the beginning. Said it wasn't going to work. Just came out yesterday. CBS Sports is now streaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, streaming a site you can go to and get sports 24/7 now. And so they can laugh if they want to, but I think we're on to something here. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk about one of our great sponsors, Sprint. That's Joe Avento, the sports director of the Johnson City Press and Kingsport Times News on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Do you like pulled pork? At Phil's, the pulled pork is cooked low and slow. We cook it all night, but we serve it fast. Our pulled pork is hickory smoked, tender and juicy. We serve the pork either as a sandwich on a bun or platter style with garlic toast. And don't forget to try our pork wings. They taste like a cross between ham and our sweet ribs. It comes as a meal, as an add-on, or part of our meat sampler platters. Pulled pork and pork wings. Just two great reasons to stop by Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit off I-26, 349-6437. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-Fil-A. Chick-Fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
There's my buddy Caleb Sparks from the Sprint store. Love Sprint. He hasn't even seen this, but this is the newest thing. We pop this up right here. How about that right there?
That looks good. We like it, Tom.
Got the Sprint right beside my other great sponsor, Food City. Of course, then we go to here. My other great sponsors, Champion Chevrolet, will be there tomorrow. And so my man's in the house, Caleb Sparks with Sprint. How are you? By the way, the big guys not with us today, so.
He is not today, so you're going to have to deal with me all show.
This is the guy. Yeah. This is the guy right here that's helped me from the get-go. In fact, he just gave me another tutorial about my phone. This is the guy personifies customer service. So does Zeb, so does Ronnie. But this is the one that's worked with me one-on-one for, gosh, just about every time I've been in there. And I don't get in there much anymore. But when I do, he's the guy that helps me and does a phenomenal job. So today's the last day of February, winding things down, obviously. Today and tomorrow's a new month, and these specials are good going into the month of March, and you've got some good ones. Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, which is always the best one that we have 5 lines, unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited data, $100 a month. Can't beat it. Hard to do.
You got phones coming with it, too, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You can actually you can get our Moto E4s, which is actually a free phone, so you don't really have to pay anything for lines 3, 4, and 5. So, which is pretty phenomenal deal if you ask me. But again, phone is free every month with it. So
unlimited data. What else did you say?
Unlimited talk, unlimited text. So it doesn't matter. You can burn it up as much as you want. No big deal. Let it ride.
So you get unlimited data, unlimited talk, unlimited text on 5 lines for $100, and with Hulu as well, right?
Yeah, you do get an actual free subscription with Hulu. Doesn't matter whether you're a previous customer, new customer, it doesn't matter. Hulu is now part of our Sprint promotion that we have going on. And it's nice, especially for people who have Netflix who don't want to pay for both. You pay for Netflix, you get Hulu for free now.
There you go. Can't beat it, folks. Again, it's at the Sprint store. This is good across the Tri-Cities, right? Not just
oh yeah. This is good for this is nationwide promotion, stuff like that we have going on. We do have 5 local stores in the area. We have one at Exit 7, one in Bristol, one in Kingsport, one in Elizabeth, and then, of course, the one in Johnson City.
In front of Longhorn Steakhouse.
That's right.
Which is where I trade. Although I was in the Elizabeth store the other day, met a nice guy, can't remember his name, dropped off the Magic Box here Sunday. Great guy, very kind, very personable. So it's not just the Johnson City store, but that's where we trade more times than not. iPhone 10. Tell me the selling features of an iPhone 10 and what's the special right now?
So the iPhone 10, what we have right now is it is normally $41.67 is the normal monthly on that phone. What you can come down and do is if you add a new line of service to it, we actually give you that phone for $30 a month. We take almost $12 off each month, and that actually puts you at a little over paying $1 more than what you would for an iPhone 8, which is, it's a phenomenal deal.
Selling features of a 10 are what?
Oh gosh, you name it, it has it. Wireless charging, facial recognition software, so that way you don't even really have to use your fingerprint anymore, kind of a thing of the past. One of the best parts is it comes with 64 gigabytes of internal storage on it, so you have a lot more than what an average iPhone user is used to having. They're used to having 16, and then they came out with 32 on the 7. But on the 8, they just realized that it needed to be 64, and it just gives you tons and tons of room.
Did you say wireless charging?
Oh yeah, wireless charging. Set it down right on top of one of our charging pads. Phone chargers, no big deal. You don't have to worry about wearing your charging port out whenever you do that, because you're all the time plugging it in, unplugging it. Some people use it as a flashlight whenever they go to the bathroom if their house is pretty dark. And you know what the one thing is that you don't want to do in the middle of the night? Just grab a hold of that phone with a charger attached to it and forget that the charger's there.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. We're talking to our buddy again, Caleb Sparks of Sprint. Again, these are some of the specials. Then the iPhone 8, lease one, get one.
That's
Tell me
right.
about that.
We do have the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus on the lease one, get one. So say you wanted to come in, you and your wife, girlfriend, however they want to come in, get an iPhone 8 Plus, you get the iPhone 8 for free. Don't pay anything for it. Now you can use that promotion to get 2 iPhone 8 Pluses, but you do pay the difference between the two, which is about $4. So it's not really that, it's not that bad of a deal paying $4 a month for a new iPhone 8 Plus. That's it's a pretty solid steal.
And then of course the free LG G Pad that I've got.
Right.
You still giving those away?
Oh yeah, we still have those. We're getting rid of those things like crazy. It's a really great tablet. We've had previous tablets and stuff before in the past, but this thing it does a fantastic job. It's definitely done you some justice, that is for sure.
And Caleb set it up for me, and Caleb kept saying, you need a tablet, you need a tablet, you need tablets. I don't need a tablet. You need a tablet. Do I want a tablet? Yes.
You got him a tablet, and
got a tablet.
And it works so well for the application that you're using it for.
Oh,
That's the main thing, is you just got to find something that you need it for.
Yep.
Works great for road trips, Netflix. Wherever you have Sprint service at, you have Sprint service with that tablet, and it's LTE.
Yep.
So it's phenomenally fast.
And the camera's great on it, and so is the audio. Much better than the old phone I had. Plus, of course, I got a new phone as well. Caleb got me a new phone and a tablet, so got me sitting on go. Lease a Moto Z Force 2, and what's this all about?
So the Moto Z Force 2 is Motorola's, I guess you would call it an attachment phone, more or less. Meaning it has different, you can put a speaker on it, you can put projectors on it, where it'll cast it like onto a 70-inch wall. Really phenomenal stuff that they've done with it, and it's all attachments that just click on the back of the phone. They have a camera for it. I'm trying to think of all the stuff they have for it. They got several features for it, but the main one is the speaker, the camera, and the projector that you can put on there, and it's pretty phenomenal.
So you got the unlimited freedom. We talked about that. The iPhone 10 for $30 a month. iPhone 8, lease one, get one. The free LG G Pad, the lease Moto Z Force 2, and now, last but not least,
the last one is the greatest one of all, in my opinion, because I am a huge Samsung fan. I love Samsung phones. The new S8 has done a fantastic job of performing up to all expectations. We don't have hardly anybody come in and have any problems with any of the new Samsung products.
Samsung 8, which is $8 a month.
Yep, we have the S8, which is $8 a month, which is a phenomenal deal because the normal retail on the phone is $31.25. So they're giving you about $22, $23 off that phone every month. Second one is we have the S8 Active, which is the, I guess you could say that would be the armored version of the S8. So it's just supposed to have a much more durable screen, a thicker case around it. Doesn't necessarily, it says that it doesn't require a case, but you know, it happens in life. So the other, and then the last one that we have is the Note 8. Now the Note 8 is Samsung's flagship product. It is just a phenomenal machine when it comes to the Note series. It is, it's just great. We love it, and it's actually on a really good deal. It's on $18 a month. It's $22 off its normal retail price.
This is all good. It's all going to the Sprint store again, and we tell you the locations again are Elizabethton, Kingsport, Bristol, Exit 7,
and of course Johnson City.
Johnson City, Longhorn Steakhouse, right in front of Longhorn on North Road. That's where he's at, our buddy. And of course, again, you go into the stores and tell them you've heard the show, you get 25% off the accessories. What are some of the accessories you've got?
Oh man, we've got everything. We've got wireless chargers. We've got some fantastic Bluetooth speakers. We do have some Beats by Dre, the headphones, stuff like that. We do have a couple series of those in there. We carry a lot of UAG and OtterBox cases, stuff like that. Steel 360 screen protectors. We have awesome tempered glass ones that actually come with a $100 guarantee that if you break your phone while you have that product on there, now granted you have to go and register it, but once you get online, register it, they'll send you up to $100 in the mail for the screen replacement if something happens to it, which is, I mean, that's phenomenal.
Can't beat it.
No, that shows you how much belief that they put into their product. It just shows you how good of an actual product that they have, and they're phenomenal. We love having them there.
All this again at the Sprint store, and again, you're open 7 days a week, right?
7 days a week. That is correct. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 8, and we actually have new hours now, which is Sunday, 12 to 6. So we're open that little bit extra hour, and works out well.
So since you were here last week, what have you been selling? What have you moved a lot of?
A lot of the Samsung, because of it's just been on order. You know, it's been on that special order, stuff like that. We have been selling quite a bit of Samsung. And of course, we always sell iPhone. We've actually been selling quite a bit of iPads here lately, which is pretty phenomenal because, I mean, come in and get an iPhone, get an iPad, they'll both sync up with information. When you load one onto the other one, it's already there. So it's kind of an easy way to keep track of everything wherever you're at.
Hello, John Rose. Appreciate you watching. Had his boys on earlier today. We had the state championship Tri-Cities Christian boys basketball team in here with their trophy, and John has two of his boys, Aaron and Caleb, on the team. So hello, John. Appreciate you watching the show. So what do you want to leave us with today, big guy?
Oh man, what can I leave you with? Looking for warmer weather, a little bit of racing coming up before long.
46 days away to racing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah, we're not too far away from it.
Let me ask you this: if you're out in today, it's pouring down the rain, so we've got more rain coming, some heavy rain through tomorrow night. Are these phones? I mean, can if you drop them in the mud puddle or some?
Oh yeah, they're
okay.
Actually, it's interesting that you said that. The new Samsungs, they're all water resistant, as well as the iPhone. I'm pretty sure your phone has a water resistance level on it too. So yeah, I mean, you can drop them in a mud puddle. Don't go to the bottom of the swimming pool and try and take a selfie with it because it's not going to work out as well for you as you hope.
But if
you might get you a really cool picture, at least one. But then after that, you never know.
Not going. Well, let's say if you had it in your pocket, you're out there fishing, you fell off the boat, or something happened, you fell in the water, or and I mean the phone goes completely under the water. Is it going to ruin it?
No. Now if it goes 15, 20 feet down, yeah, it's going to ruin it. But it hits 2 or 3 feet and you reach down, grab it up, put it back in the boat. Don't turn it on. If it's off, let it stay off, let it dry out, turn it back on. Because you can't charge them for like 24 or 48 hours after they get wet, just because of it wants everything to completely dry before it tries to put any kind of electricity through.
Sure. There you go. So to a point it is waterproof. You can't, if you drop it and pick it back up, it can't be under the on the bottom of the pool for 20 minutes or something.
Right. And now they have a water rating level on it. It's called IP68.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is 6 feet at 30 minutes.
Yeah. And the reason I'm saying that because it's warming up and folks will be going to the lake, be going to the pool,
yeah, everybody's going to be
going fishing, doing whatever you're doing around the water. And
I hate to tell you, but water resistance ain't going to do you a whole lot good at Boone Lake or Watauga. It hits the lake, it's probably just going to stay in the lake.
That's it. And it's murky. You want to go find it?
Oh yeah, you're not going to find it.
No, unless you reach down and get it immediately.
If you're fast enough, and then if you're fast enough, we can get you on a sport of somewhere.
There you go. You hungry?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Am I hungry? I'm always hungry, Tom.
Go get yourself something to eat, my friend.
I appreciate it.
See you next week, I hope.
Yes, sir, as always.
There you go. Our buddy, again, Caleb Sparks from Sprint. Appreciate him very much being with us here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So let's, again, before we get out of here, bring it back down to you one more time. We've got championship basketball tonight and AAA, AA, and single A. And let's run it down for you again before we get out of here and then thank our guest and get ready to head to Champion Chevrolet tomorrow. Here are the games tonight. AAA championship, they'll play it down at Jeff County High School. You've got Daniel Boone and Jefferson County at 7 o'clock tonight for the AAA championship. The AA championship at Chuckey Doak Middle School, the Greenville Green Devils, or Chuckey Doak High School, I'm sorry, the Greenville Lady Green Devils and the Chuckey Doak Lady Black Knights at 7 o'clock tonight. And then also tonight, moving the game to Daniel Boone, you've got the Cloudland Ladies and the Unaka Lady Rangers and the Lady Highlanders squaring off tonight. They'll move that one and have moved that one to Daniel Boone simply because they're both up here, and that makes sense instead of going all the way to Cobb County. They go back to where the district tournament is. I hope they'll make that announcement that the Science Hill DB game will be the same. They'll be moved up to Crockett for tomorrow night. Right now, don't know that, but that's what they're trying to have done because to have that kind of a game, why would you ask those two schools, those two teams and all their fan base to drive to Jeff County when nobody from down there is still in the tournament? It'll be Science Hill Dobbins Minute tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the regional championship. In the AA, it'll be Granger and Unicoi County at 7 o'clock tomorrow night at Chuckey Doak. Trevor Hensley, a man among boys, 32 points last night. The guy's the deal. In single A, you got North Green and Sullivan North tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That game at Cobb County. That may be moved back up here as well because, again, well, North Green's pretty close to Cobb County, but Sullivan North's got a haul to get back down there. But certainly the AAA game should be moved back up here, and we hope that it will be. I think that has to come from the TSSAA, and hopefully they'll use their noggin like they did with the single A girls tonight and make that decision. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We do want to say thanks to the guys that came by, Drew Carell, Aaron and Caleb Rose, also Willie Shin, tournament MVP Isaac Hatfield, and also Brandon Bullock, as well as Coach David Blythe and Lisa Lell, who kind of put all this together from Tri-Cities Christian School. The boys state championship team was here earlier in the show. You can go back and watch it. The show's archived. You can go back and watch it at your discretion. And so thanks to all those guys coming by, and thanks Chick-fil-A for feeding them for being state champs. Greg Salyer, Major League Baseball update. Thank you as always. Joe Bento from the Johnson City Press, and just now our buddy Caleb Sparks from Sprint, one of our great sponsors, of course, Sprint and Food City, along with a host of other great sponsors we have here on show number 698 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. You can like and share this show. We certainly would appreciate it. You can go back and catch any of our shows. They're archived, and so, again, this one certainly be one for the archives for the parents and fans of Tri-Cities Christian School. Go back and see these young men who represented themselves on the court, obviously very well, and in front of the microphone very well today, and in front of the camera, too. So be something you want to go back and watch as a keepsake for the Tri-Cities Christian School Eagles boys basketball team. At Champion Chevrolet tomorrow, again, thanks to Chick-fil-A. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. So until we rejoin you tomorrow for show number 699. Woo! 699. We'll do it tomorrow at Champion. Show number 700 will be Friday at Food City in Churchill. Until we greet you tomorrow for number 699 from Champion Chevrolet, this is Tom Taylor telling you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. And our verse of the day says out of the book of Isaiah, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. The Lord Jesus, who hung up on the cross and took it for us willingly, your name is engraved on the palm of his hand. What more do you need to know? Hallelujah. And don't forget, Will Graham's coming April 27th, 28th, and 29th at Freedom Hall, Johnson City for our 3-day celebration. The grandson of Billy Graham. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. See you from Champion Chevrolet tomorrow. Until then, so long, everybody.